Hey!
Yo 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 yo.
Charlamagne the guy.
Peace to the planet. It's Thursday.
Yes, we got our guest host Stichiz with us this morning.
Stichiz, and you know in Florida we say yo. Nobody's doing it with me. I'm by myself. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yo.
I just did 30 yo's. Stichiz.
That's good.
It wasn't her type of yo.
That felt right.
Let people know who Stichiz are, man. For people just joining us.
Stichiz are like I'm 4'5" because I got different voices.
It would be Stichiz is.
Stitches are
Stitches
like,
are.
Who Stichiz is? Let people
is.
know who Stichiz is.
You trying to say I got too many people?
You do got a lot of people in that head,
Well,
boy. You be
wow.
changing
Okay.
accents and people. I be confused sometimes.
Each one get paid though. How about that?
See that?
So Stichiz.
There you go. But Stichiz is a radio personality.
Of course.
From our sister station. Why do we say sister station?
Because we're like
Brother and sister?
Or siblings?
Sister. Our family station.
Our family
there we go.
station.
1035 The Beat in Miami.
Yes.
Yes. So she is a radio personality.
Thank you, sir.
Songwriter, voiceover actress.
Appreciate that, sir.
And a whole other.
But a radio personality.
A lot of teens.
And an author.
And an
Ciofalo reader's book. You know, we got to promote literacy.
That's right.
And lover of the Lord, people, and
Absolutely.
doing all things that I can.
You do middays at 1035 The Beat.
10 a.m. to 3 p.m. right before the Breakfast Club. So I'm going to be on, well, no, shout out to J Kiss. She's going to be holding it down.
She's holding it down.
And
Okay.
then Papa Keith, and then Bulletproof and J Kiss, and then Mr. Mauricio, and then the whole squad. Logic is there now, and Tony. You know I'm name dropping, so people
That's
shout
good.
out
That's
to
family
DJ
out
Ayo.
there.
You see how I'm
I
doing
don't even be thinking about that. I just be confused about how your voices just be changing as you
told
be
you.
talking.
Right.
Like,
You know, can I be honest with you? We've been trying to figure
you've
out
been lying this
why.
whole time.
You've been lying this whole time. Because you want to be honest now?
We've been trying to figure out why, because, you know, Caribbean family, Haitian folk, my daddy, he used to touch the TV to see if it was too hot when we come home from school, if we watched
see if
it.
y'all was watching it,
Right.
yeah.
Oh, your people did that too?
I'm country. I'm from the South Carolina all day.
I thought it was just our people who did that. So it wasn't TV. So we've been trying to figure out, like, why is you how you are? So I credit God for it.
Okay.
Is that bad?
No. You should
Okay.
give God glory for all things.
Come on.
Except for the bad things. The bad things are
you're
your
right.
problem. That's your choice. That's your poor choice.
That's good. That's your portion.
That's your poor choice.
Gritness this morning.
So
I
what
like
you do
it.
yesterday in the city? You was out and about?
Shout out to Jerry Wonder, super producer and songwriter, all that. So we went to Platinum Studios.
His studio, yeah.
Yeah, Jasmine, and hung out with everybody. He let us hear some music.
From who?
From
Can't say.
no sé, I can't say. I can't say that. I can't.
Okay.
You know, Jerry has this thing. He won't even let you, if you're working with him, he won't even let you take a track home.
That's smart.
You got to write it, like, you got to come back, write it there, and if he like it, then you can proceed with the record.
Dang.
But if he doesn't, you can't proceed with it.
But he deserves that.
I
As
agree.
much as he produced and
You're
wrote
right.
in this industry and
Like billions.
enough platinum hits and
Come on.
absolutely.
Why wouldn't you listen to him?
A
when it
round of
comes to
applause for Jerry Wonder.
shout
Can
out
we
to Jerry
do that?
Wonder.
that? Drop on a
Yeah.
cruise bomb for Jerry
I
Wonder.
like that. You're right.
And as people who don't know who Jerry Wonder is, he's the producer and writer behind a lot of the Fugees hits, Wyclef
true.
hits, and he did the Maria,
Shakira.
Shakira.
No, Beyonce.
No,
And Destiny's Child.
Keep going. I'm gonna keep singing.
Oh, I know. It's a lot.
Basically,
It's
he's
a-
rich.
Absolutely.
He's rich, ladies.
And he's
and
working
gentlemen.
with kids now, and with the District of
In
Newark,
Newark,
and
yep.
like doing a lot of things the other side of Newark. So cheers to him, man.
Shout out to Jerry Wonder. All right. Well,
See you soon.
this morning on the show, Larry Elder will be joining us.
Larry Elder is a radio host. He's a TV personality. I'm sure you've seen him on Fox News. And he's an author, and he's running for president of the United States of America.
Yes, he's a black man too.
People know that.
Now, just in case. Just in
Point
case.
of information.
That's not because when you hear running for president, sometimes you automatically think.
There's a vision that comes to
Correct.
mind.
Yeah, but
Not no more. I think that's been shattered.
Really?
Yeah, that got
So
set.
when you think of president, what instantly comes to mind right now?
Right now?
Yeah.
I don't know.
old and white to me.
Not necessarily that though, but I just feel like it's way more diverse than it used to be. I don't think just old white male anymore when I think who runs for president. You know,
I would agree.
President Obama changed that for me. Hillary Clinton changed that for me. You know, you got people like Nikki Haley running now, Tim Scott running now. Like I don't know. I just don't think old. And
That's
white.
not the first perception that comes to mind.
Nah.
Yeah, mine is. I
Yeah.
guess. I guess because who's been the president in the last.
Okay. Makes
has
sense.
been old white guys.
Yeah.
Except for Brock. All right, well, let's get the show cracking. Front
Nice.
page news, Tesla and Figaro will be joining us. So don't go anywhere. That was supposed to be like a hype song. Like,
I was gonna
That was a
come
big
in with
letdown.
you.
Big
I'll come in
letdown.
next
Just
time.
kidding, just-
Big
I'll fall in
letdown.
line next time.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got our guest co-host Stichiz with us.
Stichiz.
And let's get in some front page news. Good morning, Tesla.
Good morning, Charlamagne the Guy. Good morning, beautiful Stichiz.
Hi, Tez.
Hi, how are you?
I'm blessed.
Good morning, Charlamagne.
Let's jump right into it. Let's talk about the Fulton County District Attorney wanting the Trump trial to begin right before Super Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm surprised when Stichiz asked you guys, what do you think of when you think of a president? I'm surprised you didn't say indictments. Because certainly what I'm thinking of nowadays. Let's listen to the report and talk about it on the other side.
District Attorney Fani Willis has proposed a March 4th trial date in her racketeering case against former President Trump and his co-defendants, creating a possible calendar crunch that's one day before Super Tuesday and weeks before Trump is set to go on trial in Manhattan, all sandwiched between two potential special counsel trials in January and May.
Wow.
Yep, they're moving forward with this now. You know, critics are saying that she's not gonna have enough time to take all of those individuals to trial in such a short notice. But they do say that the RICO charge includes making false statements, filing false documents and forgeries, impersonating officials, computer breaches, and attempts to influence witnesses. The district attorney has given all 19 defendants until August 25th at noon to voluntarily surrender, and they're expected to be processed at the Fulton County Jail.
Yeah, I don't care when they go to trial, but I will say for everyone who thinks that this is just politically driven and they are only doing this to hurt his chances of winning re-election, this is definitely going to throw fuel on that fire.
I
agree. This seems very calculated to have it right before Super Tuesday. I agree. They're making it very easy for Trump to say, this is a witch hunt. The witch hunt continues.
Mm-hmm. And they're going to rally behind him. They continue to rally behind him.
I saw some polls yesterday. It was what 40 in a general re-election. It was 47% Biden, 46% Trump. So
right. What does that say? Yeah. What does that say about President Biden?
What does that say about President Biden? What does that say about the American people? Man,
it says a lot. It's a lot to unpack with that poll.
Yeah, man.
I'm looking at NV's face. What's on your mind?
No, the only reason I say that is I've always been saying it's like, you know, which one do people pick, right? Because a lot of people don't necessarily love Biden. They feel like he's too fragile. They feel like he's not being a good president, that he's not actually there, but they don't necessarily want Trump. So it's like you're stuck in between, and I see a lot of people not going out to vote because they're like, you know what, I don't want either one of them, you know?
Well, I don't have to love Biden or Democrats, and I don't have to love Trump or Republicans because I don't love either one of them, but I do see one party still trying to preserve democracy, and I see another party leaning towards fascism. So to me, that's the easy call.
So you leaning more towards democracy?
Of course. I'm like, you know what I mean? Of course I want to protect democracy.
Of course. All right. Well, that is front page news. Tesla, we'll see you in a couple of minutes.
Absolutely.
All right. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open again. 800-585-1051. Get it off your chest. Phone lines are wide open. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Break it up. This is your time to get it off your chest.
Keep calling.
800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on the Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Yeah, what's up, MV?
Hey, what's up, Trav?
What's up, Char?
Peace, sis. What's the word?
Who's our co-host for today?
Big Stitches.
That's the new one? I'll take it. Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm doing good. I missed your name. What you say?
Stichiz.
Stichiz.
Oh, okay. What's going on, Stitches? How you, boo?
I'm good, boo-boo. You blessed? You feeling good?
Blessed and highly flavored.
Come on now.
Black.
Come on, sir.
I'm a little stressed out, though, y'all. I'm a little stressed out.
What's the matter, Trav?
No butt struggles?
So, I mean, if you might can say that. So, I saw this video, and the girlies is out here treating these men different, right? They out here eating butt and buying boots.
Man, that was what you saw, Tara Manning from Orange is the New Black?
Yes. How can I compete with that? I can do the first part, but I can't buy no boat.
Yeah, she eating butt and buying boats, and the man married. So she a good side chick.
Dang, well, no, not if she telling.
She ain't say the man name. All she says, I'm out here eating the married man butt, and I'm about to go buy him a boat, and I hate his wife. God damn.
She really did. She really did.
Ladies, eating butt and buying boats. I don't know what to tell you.
Button buying boats. That's the energy they on all fall and winter.
Nah, it ain't all of us. It ain't all of us. We don't want E. coli in our stuff. We don't want that in our mouth.
Well, it's over for you, Trav.
Yeah, Trav, that's why you single now.
You're right. I could do the first part. I just can afford the boat.
Well, step your game up. All right, get your money up, Trav.
Bye, y'all.
All right.
Bye, Trav. Oh, my God.
The only thing that you can do is eat butt on a boat. So you got to rent a boat.
Or you don't have to. Or you could just be on a boat.
Hey, man, he trying to compete.
Or you could just be on a boat.
Hello, who's this? Hello?
Morning, Breakfast Club.
What up, what up?
Good
Get
morning.
it off your chest.
Hey, how you doing? First of all, Charlamagne, Envy, my name is BU, man. I'm just calling to shed a light. Apartments that you, good morning to you as well. I'm just calling to shed a light about these brownies, man, in New York City.
Brownies?
I'm a vendor, man, and the guys that like the parking tickets. I'm a vendor, and I do a lot of deliveries, man, and I'm in these stores maybe all of 10, 15 minutes tops, if that. These people write tickets, like I'm about to park a truck in a parking spot for hours. I'm only there for 10, 15 minutes. I pay for the parking, but it seems like the time might run out, and they'll just sit there and write the ticket, like no consideration about a working man. I think just have some consideration. That's all, man. I'm just trying to shed a light on that. That's all.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, yo, before I hang up, Envy.
Yes, sir. There you go. There you go. Blow the horn. Thank you, brother.
I love y'all, bro.
Have a good day.
I mean, parking in New York City, I mean, I used to think like that all the time. Those parking agents, it seems like they wait for your meter to run out to give you a ticket.
That's their job.
But you gotta understand, that's their job. Like,
yes.
that's what they get paid for. They get paid the right tickets and paid to make sure people are parking in the right place.
That's like saying firefighters wait till a fire happens to come put the fire out.
It's too much. It's too much.
But it's a little different. But like you kind of want to give somebody at least a minute.
A chance.
Like, I mean,
Grace.
No.
The elevator might be a little too slow, or
Grace.
something a little bit. But
a grace period.
Hey,
I feel like. I feel like sometimes they be like on the side just watching you and just ready to give you a ticket.
No,
sometimes.
you looked at that sign. You know what time you're not supposed to be parking there.
You right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what time your meter was up.
Now you right.
Grace.
You right.
I'm here to do my job.
But them tickets be expensive too. In New York, them tickets like $100, $150.
Well, they might get. I don't know if this is true, but they might get commission.
I don't think they get
They
commission.
don't get commission. Well, either way, they just doing their job. So they following the rules. So why don't we?
You right.
All right.
Get it off your
Check
chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. 1051.
It's a new day.
This is your time to get it off your chest.
Wake up.
Whether you're mad or blessed.
It's time to get up and get something.
Call up now. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, my name's Tony.
Hey, Tony, get it off your chest.
Hey, how y'all doing? I just wanted to say I've been listening to y'all for about 13 years. I've been listening to y'all since I was like a freshman in high school.
Aw,
It's been a
wow.
long time.
It has.
Loyalty.
Just wanted to let y'all know I love you guys.
Love you
Appreciate
too,
you, bro.
King.
And Charlamagne, I just started listening to Brilliant Idiots. There's one thing I just needed to say because I heard Andrew Schultz and the other guy saying that Taylor Swift and Beyonce wasn't even close when it came to tour ticket sales. I just wanted to say that wasn't true. Beyonce is on her way to being the biggest female tour of all time.
That's not true. That's not true, black
That's
man.
true. I just
No, it's
heard
not.
that story.
That's not true, black man. She's on her way to having the highest grossing R&B tour of all time.
No, they said female
No.
artist of all time.
Well, I haven't seen that. Last time I checked, they said she was gonna make $500 million plus total in her tour, and Taylor Swift was on track to make $1.4 billion.
Yeah.
Taylor's already crossed $400 million with like 30 shows or something like that. But then I did read a New York Times article that said Beyonce might eclipse the $1.4 billion by October. I don't know what's true and what's not, but as of right now, it's Taylor Swift. Yeah.
Okay, maybe they should have said black female artist in that case.
They did. You just don't read.
He didn't read that part.
We missed that part.
He
It's
didn't
all
read
right.
that part.
It's all right.
Hello, who's this?
This is Reese.
Hey, Reese.
Detroit.
What up, Doe? Get it off your chest.
What's going on? Hey, Charlamagne, Envy, Stichiz.
Peace,
Hey,
Good
Suge. Shout out WJLB out there.
What's up?
Yeah. So I got to get some stuff off my chest. I'm kind of frustrated because 10 years ago, my identity was stolen and somebody used my name to cash fraudulent checks. And because our justice system is just so great, I actually suffered the consequences from that. And 10 years later, I'm still suffering the consequences from it.
Damn, it feel like Stichiz can relate.
Man, I say a special prayer for you because I went through that in college. Really? I had no credit, and then I received some mail from 4th Avenue. I don't even know what 4th Avenue is. I looked into my credit. Baby, I had 12 pages of people using my credit, buying houses, steal, going to burlesque clubs. And it did take some relief for you. It did take me a while, but I had to stay diligent on it, and I got people to help me. So
it sounds like if somebody bought a house, that'd be easy to find.
No, I got the police involved. It got to the point where I'm hoping this encourages you. I got to the point where I had to put it down because it was so stressful, and I was in school at the time. But I had to really pick it back up and get people to help me to clear it out. So right now I am clear. So it can happen. It's going to clear up, but just stay active and stay on it and just try to find people to help you with it. So I pray it gets cleared up and you can get whatever it is that you need, Mama.
Thank you so much. I need that.
Oh, peace.
All
what
right.
we say this morning, it's going to be a peaceful.
That's right. It's peaceful.
Have a good morning, Mama. Get it off your
also,
chest.
too, I just want to say, this is why I just be talking about when I say people just don't be reading.
Beyonce tops the list of
people
all-time
have a
highest
feeling.
grossing black artists with Renaissance tour. Yes?
That's what he said that they should have said that. I'm like, they did say that.
People don't read all the way sometimes.
But this is the headline.
Oh.
the headline is
Maybe you didn't
Beyonce
see
tops the
that
list of all-time highest grossing black artists.
Well, he didn't
with
read the whole
Renaissance
headline.
tour.
He just read Beyonce top. That's
you know
all he
how
read.
they have the clip of the article and
Yeah,
it's not the full.
Beyonce top. That's all he
might be right.
You probably didn't.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. Now we got rumors on the way. What we talking about?
Yes. So what happens when you're on the plane with Beanie Man? You might get a free concert from him. And why Doja Cat feels relieved because she doesn't have that many followers anymore. We'll talk about it.
All right, we'll get into all that when we come back. It's The Breakfast Club on BET.
The Breakfast Club.
Why you calling my Lord and Savior this
Amen.
morning?
Amen.
I don't have a problem with you calling my Lord and Savior, but why you just screaming my Lord and
Ain't
Savior?
this the second SZA song in the hour?
No, it's the same SZA song in the hour.
Did we play this?
All I ever hear is
And he
this
said,
song.
nah, this ain't
What you mean this is the second SZA song? We've been playing this song for a year, right?
No, we just played 2 SZA songs this hour.
All I ever hear is this one.
There was a.
This the one that. What's this one? What is this?
There's Snooze.
This is Snooze.
What's your
Shirt. There's Shirt. There's another one.
All I know is the same damn song.
We just played both of them.
What are you trying to say?
That's what I was
You
going to
never
ask.
see 2 artists in the same. Well,
Yeah, Drake all the time.
Jesus.
All right.
All right.
How we feel? Amen.
Well, salute to SZA. All right, well, let's get to the rumors. Let's go. Stichiz is here.
This is the Rumor Report
For your girl Stichiz.
on The Breakfast Club.
Blessed, black, and highly favored. I guess you could say the best content. Can I do some for what we do back home?
Okay,
Well,
Taylor working on her vacation.
Oh, Taylor made it from Florida?
I guess that Taylor made it in there.
Oh, shout out to Taylor.
Taylor, I'm going to take 2 seconds out and salute you. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed yourself out there. Thank you, Taylor.
Go
all
ahead,
right.
Taylor.
Okay, Taylor.
Let's get into this. Shout out to all of my Caribbean masses. So, oh, yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, no? Too much?
I don't know.
Too far.
We're going to hear Caribbean Massive.
All right. That's who. Okay, all right. So Beanie Man hosts a brief in-flight concert on the way to the Bahamas. I love this story because if you haven't seen this on social media, it's going viral now. In the viral video, Beanie Man can be seen standing in the aisle of the packed flight singing the melodies to his 1997 hit song, Roll Me. Oh, nobody gonna sing with me?
You sound like you were shouting out Rotimi. I didn't know you were singing the song. I was just like, oh, Rotimi got a random shout out.
We know the melody. So before allowing the passengers to sing the rest of the hook, this was played back at JessLeeAnn _. She captured the moment, and it was POV. You're stuck in the Bahamas on your stopover, and Beanie Man is on your flight. Do we have some audio, Eddie?
Oh, na, 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 na.
Look at it.
You ain't know no pepper seed.
Who
got the keys to my Beamer?
Who am I?
The girl them
Wait, it was the ending for me though, because he stopped and went right back up to first class.
That's right. That's right. Now, is it true that there's a Sima challenge on TikTok?
Probably is now.
I saw the cast of Jersey Shore doing that. I didn't know if that was something that they was just doing or if that's a thing.
I don't know.
But if you ever get a chance to meet Beanie Man, he's one of the nicest and
coolest
people that you'll ever meet. He's just a good dude. Shout out to Beanie, man. I haven't seen him in a while. I got to call him later today. I haven't spoke to him in a minute.
I love it. And if you want to see how Envy was dancing to that, I'll post it on my stories.
I've been getting busy.
At Stichiz Stitches. Check it out right now.
My wife is Jamaican, but she didn't teach me how to none of dance. I just be learning on my own.
Your wife is Jamaican, but her husband is white. That's what I just saw.
Spanish. You're not.
I am not
Jamaican.
Spanish. I'm not white. People starting to believe y'all. You got to stop it.
White Latina.
I'm not a white.
Wrong with it, Envy.
I'm black. I'm black.
Okay. All right.
Capital B.
I'll accept that. Oh, okay. So next up, this is Doja Cat. So we know things have been going on social media, and fans have not been too happy with her. So much so that close to 800,000 fans have left her social media. So Doja Cat says she feels free after losing followers over a recent argument with fans. So she says that she feels free after hundreds of thousands have unfollowed her because she can now really be herself, and the real ones are going to stay with her. I think we have some audio.
You're an idiot. I don't care if you like my music or not. There's a lot of people I don't like who I listen to their music and and there's a lot of people I don't know that I listen to their music and if I knew them, I probably wouldn't like them. I listen to a lot of music, and there's no way I would be best friends with every person that I listen to their music. Do you understand? Like, not trying to be like aggressive towards you, but like I am because I'm upset with you. But like, do you understand what I'm saying? Amongst all the anger, like you're such a idiot. I'm not your friend.
Well, all right then.
She talking to her followers?
Yeah. And, 800,000, nearly 800,000 said, well, all right. And they pretty much left.
Well, she's absolutely correct. You know what I'm saying? You got to choose who chooses you. People focus too much on who don't rock with them instead of focusing on all the people who do. And most of the people on social media, they're not real supporters anyway. They just nosy.
But you really don't hear artists coming out and saying that against whatever fans, whether you're a real one or day one, you don't typically say that.
I think Doja's always been like that, though, and Doja gets busy. That's one thing about, you usually hear this with artists that are not nice and they're upset because somebody critiqued their music, but Doja gets busy.
I love Doja Cat music, and I don't follow her. So what does that say? You know what I mean? So
well, true. I don't follow her either.
That proves my point. Like, those are probably 800,000 people you should have probably blocked anyway.
But I don't know, because I haven't seen that kind of attitude with her towards her fans in the beginning. So I saw a bit of a shift. I don't know exactly. I don't know if it was after the Grammys.
But
was it?
I don't know. But she says that the people don't know her. She don't know them either. So why are you so upset? Like, there's no way I'm going to get on my phone and yell at my screen at a bunch of people that I don't even really know.
Well, maybe now we won't see her yelling because she feels like she has the real fans that are riding with her. So let's see how that goes. So,
and I don't ever see that translate into record sales or anything. You know what I mean? Like, exactly. Yeah. People be having hundreds of millions of followers and be putting out albums that sell 10,000 copies, 100,000 copies. Like, those are just nosy people on social media.
Trying to see what you got going on. But I do hope she's okay. I hope Doja is well. So now let's talk about this. Sean Diddy Combs announces the inaugural Revolt World. Yes, the festival is going on September 22nd through the 24th. It's featuring Young Miami, of course. Shout out to the City Girls, Moneybagg Yo, Jeezy, Juvenile. The list goes on, and it all happens in Atlanta. So the theme, they're going to be utilizing We Are Hip Hop. So shout out to Revolt World. Are you guys? I think you.
I got asked to go, but that's the same weekend as the iHeart Festival.
Yes,
so I was already booked. Yeah, so that's Revolt,
and that's the same as the Revolt Music Festival that they used to do every year, right?
Yeah,
they just changed the name. Yeah,
Revolt World. So this is happening in Atlanta, Georgia, like you said, during our iHeartRadio Music Festival. Lil Durk and everybody's gonna be there, so it should be cool.
Travis Scott. Who else gonna be there? Lil Wayne. Who else we got there?
Oh, we got TLC.
Miguel.
Yes.
Miguel. Yes.
Did we say Travis Scott? Lil Wayne?
Definitely say Travis Scott, Lil Wayne.
Did we say Lenny Kravitz?
I think LL's gonna be there. Lenny Kravitz is gonna be there.
It's gonna be
don't give me the line now.
I do remember Lenny Kravitz and LL.
Can I tell you my favorite part though from our iHeartRadio Music Festival?
What's that?
I really get excited for this festival, because I love how, and shout out to Revolt, not to try to take away from them, but since we're on this one, when it's like the musical artists coming together and collaborating like you've never really seen before, but when it was Usher and Breezy. Like, they were dance battling, and they literally had their shoes on fire. Y'all don't remember that?
I don't remember that one either.
I ain't been in some years, though.
Yeah, we haven't been in a while.
I ain't been in about 4 years, I don't
They had too many black artists in 4 years. So
it's the blackest it's ever been.
Blackest it's ever been, so we got to rep.
And my last two children were literally born the same time.
Yeah.
So
I'm going with y'all. I'm just putting my name in the hat.
Okay. We going. Right. This is the blackest
It's
iHeart Festival been that in the 13 years I've been working at iHeart. This is the blackest iHeart Festival been.
Facts.
So I'm gonna have my black ass there this year.
I'm happy to see you there. But that is your room.
And you can't get any Public Enemy. How we forget
Public Enemy?
Dropping
the clues bomb for Chuck D and Flavor Flav.
Come on.
Yes.
How we forget Public Enemy?
LL Cool J we said too, right?
We said all the names. Since you got the official list?
Well,
Kelly Clarkson.
This list ain't got everybody. This list got a little bit of everybody. I just want the black list.
Kelly's not black.
That's what I said. They said Foo Fighters, Fall Out Boy, Kelly Clarkson,
not black.
Kane Brown,
not black.
Lil Wayne,
I like Kane Brown though.
Lenny Kravitz, Miguel, Public Enemy, Sheryl Crow, Tim McGraw. Tim McGraw is what?
Kane Brown black, right?
Yeah, Kane Brown is black. Artist.
Okay, yeah, Kane Brown. Dropping the clues for Kane Brown.
Music.
Tim McGraw. TLC
black.
30 Seconds to Mars.
Not black.
I like them though.
All good groups though.
Yeah,
and then it said and more.
It's gonna be good.
Lil Wayne.
And you never know
Travis
who's gonna
Scott,
bring who.
Lil Durk. They are definitely gonna be there.
Yeah. It's gonna be good.
Yes.
All
right. But
up next, front page news, and then we got a special guest. Larry Elder will be joining us. He's running for president 2024, and he's black as well. So.
Yeah.
Why are you looking at me like that, man?
He's black.
He's black. All right.
He's definitely black.
All right.
I'm black too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm black too, right?
No.
I was trying to set you up. I tried.
Just the Breakfast Club. Good morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got our guest co-host Stichiz with us.
Stichiz, thank you.
Let's get in some front page news. What up, Teslin Figueroa?
Good morning, DJ Envy. Good morning, Stichiz. Hi. Good morning, Charlamagne the Guy.
Peace, Taz.
Hey, Taz. We'll see you at Carnival in October, right? In Miami.
She really put me on the record.
Yep. Thank you.
Yes, I will be there in October in Miami.
Mackenzie, you heard that? Mark McKenzie, he heard that. Thank you, Tess.
All right, let's jump right into it. Let's talk about this Texas woman arrested and charged with threatening federal judge overseeing Trump's election case. They taking it serious, huh?
Yeah, they're taking it serious, and more political arrest news, which seems to be every day. A Texas woman was detained Wednesday after she was arrested and charged with threatening the federal judge, like we mentioned, that is presiding over Donald Trump's case. Now, 43-year-old Abigail Schreib faces a charge of transmitting a threat to injure a person via interstate commerce. The affidavit said that she called the judge's chamber and said, "Hey, you stupid slave." She called her the N-word. She also said, "You're in our sights. We want to kill you. If Trump doesn't get elected in 2024, we're coming to kill you, so tread lightly, B-word." She said you'll be targeted publicly, personally, and your family, everybody. She also went on to make a threat to Representative Sheila Jackson Lee. She's running for mayor in Texas. We know her as the congresswoman, and made some threats to the LGBTQ community. And when they talked to her, she said, "Well, I had no intentions of carrying it out," but she did admit to making the threat.
Yeah, when I hear stuff like that, it's just a reminder of why Trump still polls so high.
Yeah. And
it reminds me that a lot of Trump supporters must be high. Because why do people think they can play with government officials like that when it comes to threatening violence?
Yeah, I have no idea because the report says it was transmitting a threat to injure a person, and I looked that up. That carries 5 years, but there's far more, that they could charge her with. One, terroristic threat, when you threaten a public servant, a judge, with any intent to harm. You also can get a retaliation charge, a obstruction of justice charge, harassment, stalking. I mean, it goes on and on. The judge is the last person you want to make a threat. So we'll be watching to see what that happens with that.
Because you got to go in front of a judge after making threats to a judge.
Yeah, it makes
and
no sense.
I don't care if you black, white, whatever. I feel like a judge is going to be like, oh no, because somebody might play with me like that too. So let me make an example.
Right.
Judge is going to ride with a judge.
But that shows the boldness and entitlement of somebody to feel like you can speak in that way or manner to an official and somebody who has the ability to put you away.
Right. And
that's
I wonder,
a certain type of boldness.
And to that point, I wonder how much race played a role in that too. The fact that she was a black woman judge.
Of course. Well, the name calling kind of
calling her the N-word kind of solidifies that, I guess, and calling her a stupid slave.
That's That's clutch, my pearls. I ain't even got them on.
Now let's also jump into the feds indict fundraiser for Representative George Santos. Now what happened with that case?
Again, in more political indictment and arrest news and fraud news, a man who was a paid campaign staffer for Representative George Santos, he was indicted on a federal criminal charge pretending to be the House Speaker Kevin McCarthy's top aide.
Lord,
27-year-old Samuel Mealy And he admitted to Representative Santos that he likes to fake his identity to big donors. He actually said that there's high risk and high reward in everything that he does. So again, he told Representative Santos that he was actually doing this. And not only did he do that, he also got a 15% commission, took money of everything that he brought in as well. He raised money for him in 2020 and 2022. So he's been charged with 4 counts of wire fraud and 1 count of aggravated identity theft in the 6-page indictment. Now, his arrest comes 3 months after his boss was also charged with fraud, theft, money laundering, and making false statements. So that's the U.S. Congress, folks.
People don't even like Kevin McCarthy. You couldn't pick an elected official that people actually like? I feel like it would be hard to raise money saying you down with Kevin McCarthy.
Well, not in the Republican world. So maybe that's...
Yeah, I feel like they don't like him that much there either. You know
I guess that's true.
I don't know.
Well, it didn't work. It didn't work out too well. So he'll be raising money on what they call commissary.
Well, oh,
Yeah.
That's a fact.
All right, well, that is front page news.
Yeah, Tez is going to be sticking around because we got Larry Elder coming in next. Larry Elder is a radio personality, TV personality, New York Times best-selling author. You've seen him on Fox News, I'm sure. And he's running to be president of the United States of America.
Correct.
Yeah, so Tez will be sticking around for that.
All right, so don't go anywhere, don't move. Larry Elder, when we come back, it's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We have Teslin Figueroa with us. And we got a special guest in the building, 2024 Republican presidential candidate, Larry Elder. Welcome, brother.
Thank you so much for having me. It is an honor.
How you feeling?
I feel good.
He does more than that, though. I mean, he was a radio host.
Radio host for 40 years.
Author, TV author,
New York Times best-selling list. I've got a star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Corner of Hollywood and Vine, Southeast corner, just saying.
Okay.
I didn't know you had a star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, about handful of radio guys do, and I'm one of them.
Yeah, I think it's you, Elvis Duran,
Angie
Howard
Martinez.
Stern,
Yeah.
Big Boy. Oh, Angie
Martinez.
A guy named Arthur Godfrey.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's jump right into it. Why are you running for president?
Well, I'm running as an America First mega guy, and we have an America First mega guy running, obviously. So the question is, what do you bring to the table?
You said MAGA.
MAGA.
Okay.
And the answer is, I bring a lot of issues to the table that I feel our side is not talking enough about, if at all. For example, the number one social problem in America, by far, is the epidemic not of COVID, but of fatherlessness. 70% of black kids today enter the world without a father in the home, married to the mother, up from 25% back in 1965. Now 25% of white kids enter the world today without a father in the home, married to the mother. And the stats are clear. Even Barack Obama once cited them. If you're raised without a dad, you're 5 times more likely to be poor and commit crime, 9 times more likely to drop out of school, and 20 times more likely to end up in jail. What's happened? In the mid-'60s, with I think the best of intentions, a Democrat named Lyndon Johnson launched what he called the War on Poverty. And since then, we have incentivized women to marry the government and incentivized men to abandon their financial and moral responsibility. 87% of blacks lived under the poverty line. Now it's about 14%. You can't blame it on poverty. You can't blame it on racism. It is the breakdown of the nuclear intact family, and neither side is talking about it. The left doesn't talk about it because they caused it with the welfare state, and our side does not talk about it because if you're white, you'll be accused of dissing single moms who are heroically raising these kids, or you'll be accused of being a racist, or if you're black, you'll be accused, as I was by the LA Times, of being the black face of white supremacy. Nobody's talking about that. I am.
Let me ask you a question. What do white people do wrong?
What do you mean, what do white people do? I'm not worried about white people. I'm worried about what's going on with us.
But if there's systemic racism in this country, which we know it is.
No, I don't say there is. You say there is. I don't believe that.
Oh, you don't believe this?
No, there used to be, obviously. Well, it seems to me, rather than deal with what's going on, the pathology that's going on in the inner city, you want me to talk about how bad white people are, which I don't think is a particularly productive thing to do.
Well, I think there's a cause and effect, but if we can't talk about the cause, which I believe is systemic racism and white supremacy, the FBI said...
Well, I just told you, if it's systemic racism, please explain to me how it was when America really had systemic racism in 1940. 87% of blacks lived under the poverty line. Again, this is during Jim Crow era. My father is from Athens, Georgia, grew up in Jim Crow. My mom is from Huntsville, Alabama, grew up in Jim Crow. 87% of blacks lived below the poverty line. This is before Brown versus Board of Education. You did not find these kind of black on black crime.
Probably because we had no
But they still were living below the poverty line, though, sir.
I'm sorry?
You're forgetting the fact that they were still living below the poverty line. You're picking and choosing, saying this was good, but this was bad.
Okay.
The bottom line, they end between the poverty line. But let's move forward.
Well, can I just address that? In 1940, 87% of blacks lived under the poverty line. 1960, that number had fallen to 47%. That's a 40-point drop in 20 years. That's the greatest 20-year period of economic expansion for black people in the history of America. Again, well before Brown versus Board of Education, well before the KKK imploded, well before we had race-based preferences. Why? Because it was rare for a black kid to be raised in a family without a father in the home, a strong belief in Judeo-Christian values, a belief in patriotism, even as America wasn't applying these values to black people, obviously, and a belief in entrepreneurship. All those things are now under assault by organizations like Black Lives Matter. Charlamagne, Black Lives Matter had on their website an attack on the nuclear family. The founders are self-described Marxists, trained Marxists. Marx wanted to dethrone God, was an atheist, and Marx did not believe in capitalism, let alone entrepreneurship. All the things that made black people still survive in virulent racism are now under attack by organizations like Black Lives Matter.
All of those things have always been under attack by white supremacy. You can go back to things like whether it's the Tulsa race massacres, like every time black people do create these systems that are our systems and we are the entrepreneurs, it seems like white supremacy finds a way to destroy it.
Every time. Look, the Tulsa massacre, within about 5 years, that whole area was rebuilt. It was not even called the Black Wall Street until after it was rebuilt. And it was rebuilt, by the way, by black people without one dime of government money.
Yeah, who destroyed it to begin with?
It was racists who destroyed it. No question about it. We've had race riots, but so have Japanese.
So you do agree that there's racism? I'm just so confused.
I never even came close to saying. I never came close to saying there was no racism.
You just saying you don't think it's systemic racism?
Not anymore. Obviously, there was. We had something called slavery. We had something called Jim Crow.
That destroyed Black Wall Street. It's the same system right now that's not even wanting to pay those same living descendants, because I know your position on reparations, but those same living descendants of Black Wall Street.
Okay.
And then you go on to say that the system, the quote unquote system, is also trying to destroy President Trump. So I'm just so confused on, do you believe that the system can destroy or not? You pick and choose, sir, and that's what's so confusing to me. You just said it wasn't racism. Now it is racism. When it was time to build it back, there was no racism.
I said it wasn't systemic racism. Let's talk about.
So what are you just hung up on the word system?
Can I just make this point, Charlamagne, please? Let's take Chinese Americans. Chinese Americans were the first ethnic group to be excluded with an Immigration Act in the late 1800s. They had riots against Chinese in L.A., in San Francisco. There were laws that prevented Chinese Americans from participating in the laundry business. I'm in California. California, of course, rounded up Japanese Americans during World War II. There were laws that prevented Japanese Americans from owning farmland. The average Japanese American household has a higher per capita income than the average white household. The average Chinese American household has a higher per capita income than the average white household. How does that happen? It happens because of a strong belief in family. It is rare for a Chinese American or a Japanese American kid to have a child outside of wedlock, and a strong belief in education and a strong belief in entrepreneurship. These are the kinds of qualities that make people successful.
You can't blame everything on having a fatherless family, right? Because
I didn't say blaming everything.
I know, but that's what you're saying. You're saying a strong community. But
no, you said that's what I just said. I didn't say that.
You talk about the Asian community. Asian community, it's easy for them to get loans for entrepreneurships. It's easy for them to get loans for houses. It's harder for our community to get loans, right? And not just because of poor credit scores. It's because of where the areas are. You talked about the Asian community. A lot of the Asian community have their own banks, and they're able to process and get their own banks. There's not too many African American branches that are able to give out money. So that's one. Then let's talk about getting grants for schools. They're not even giving grants for schools at the rate that they're giving grants for white people. And let's talk about when they talk about entrepreneurship. They are giving so much money to these white and Asian kids and Asian people doing it, and a 1,000 times less than our community. Will you agree to any of that?
No, I don't. I don't agree with virtually any of what you just now said. The turn down rate for a white applicant for a mortgage is higher than the turn down rate for a Japanese or Chinese applicant for a mortgage. Now, are you telling me that banks are discriminating against white and in favor of Asian Americans? It's because their credit scores are better. They often live below their means. They save more, even when they're making the same amount of money than black people do. If you have poor credit score, you're not going to get a loan. Period. End of statement. Even the head of Urban League, a black man, once said that if you have poor credit score, you're not going to get a loan. Period. End of statement.
All right, we got more with Larry Elder when we come back. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Of course, we have Teslin Figaro with us, and we're kicking it with Larry Elder. Charlamagne?
Let me ask you a question, Mr. Elder. Donald Trump, Rudy Giuliani, and I'm pretty sure everybody who just caught a RICO with him in Georgia, they all had fathers, and they still ended up in jail. How did that happen?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody said if you have a father, you won't go to jail. Nobody said if you didn't have a father, you were going to jail. Okay. My father never knew his biological father. He got thrown out of the house when he was 13 years old, 8th grade dropout, Jim Crow South, Athens, Georgia. Fast forward, my dad cleaned toilets, 2 full-time jobs cleaning toilets when I was growing up. Went to night school to get his GED, and then after that, he went to night school to learn how to operate a small restaurant. Age of 47, my dad saves his nickels and dimes from his job, starts a small restaurant near downtown LA. Fast forward, he retires in his 80s. He owned that restaurant. He owned property next door, plus the house that's still in our family. Not too shabby for somebody who did not know his biological father. It's not a death sentence. You still have choices. It's just much more difficult to raise a child on your own. Even Tupac Shakur said, I know for a fact, I know for a fact, had I had a father, I would have been more confident, I would have been more disciplined. End of quote.
Well, how did all those white men end up in jail when they still had fathers? The Trumps and the Giuliani. I'm just asking the question. How did they end up in jail?
Because some people commit crimes.
So you do believe that Trump, Giuliani, them, they committed a crime?
I don't know.
But you just said some people commit crimes.
I said some people committed a crime. I didn't say Donald Trump committed a crime. If you ask me specifically whether I believe Donald Trump committed a crime, I don't.
Specifically about those people and why they ended up in jail. They all got fathers.
Well, Donald Trump is not in jail.
Oh, he got indicted.
Yeah, he got indicted. That's a far cry from being in jail.
But what's your thoughts with Florida? And you see that they're trying to take our history out of these history books and not trying to teach our history. What's your thoughts?
I find it interesting that the Democrats are the ones complaining about Florida. This is a party of slavery, party of Jim Crow, the party of the KKK, the party of the Southern Manifesto, the party of Dred Scott, the party that I said earlier destroyed the nuclear intact family, and the party that is opposing school choice. And now they want to lecture Florida on making sure the proper history of slavery is taught. I don't know anybody who's defending slavery. Anybody? Not Ron DeSantis. He's not defending.
People benefited from slavery.
Actually, you're talking about one line. You're talking about one line in about 127 pages of the study. And it is a line that was repeated almost verbatim in the associated, in the advanced placement African American course that the DeSantis administration refused to use because of all the sexual stuff that was in it. It's basically the same thing that was in the advanced placement African American courses, and now because it's in that, all of a sudden the governor is accused of somehow defending slavery. He's not doing anything of the sort.
What did you think about that?
Well, sir, you were actually one that defended slavery. In your comments, you said that, like it or not, slavery was legal in response to reparations. So it's you that was defending slavery, correct?
Defending it and saying that it's illegal are two very different things. Slavery, unfortunately.
That was your response into if reparations should happen. So your response to that was, like it or not, slavery was legal, and one would think that was a defense on those who.
Well, you would think it was a defense, but it is not a defense. Unfortunately, slavery has been part and parcel of human history from the very beginning. Asians enslaved Asians, whites enslaved whites, blacks enslaved blacks, Native Americans enslaved Native Americans. This is a culture, the Western civilization, that had a revulsion against it. We had a civil war against it. And we ought to applaud ourselves for doing something about this. This is a flawed country. It's moving forward. It's becoming more perfect all the time. Today, if you are born and raised in America, if you finish high school, presumably one where you can read, write, and computer grade level, which is why I support school choice, don't have a kid before you're 20, get married first, get a job, keep a job, don't quit it until you get another job, and avoid the criminal justice system, you will not be poor. And if you don't follow that formula, there's a good chance you will be.
Larry Elder, why would somebody from our community vote for you, or why should they vote for you? Why should a black person vote for you?
Because I'm telling the truth, and the truth oftentimes is unpleasant. It's not pleasant for me to be called the black face of white supremacy, as the LA Times did. It's not pleasant for me to be accused of being anti-black, as Tavis Smiley once called me, because I don't support reparations. By the way, Barack Obama never supported reparations. Nobody called him anti-black. We need to talk about what's going on. What's going on is the breakdown of the family. And most of the things we complain about downstream, whether it's crime or whether it's bad schools, the genesis is the breakdown of the nuclear intact family, and we don't talk enough about it.
Do you agree that our community is hit harder with a lot of things that you just said, whether it is racism, whether it is getting loans, whether it is getting entrepreneurship, whether it is education, whether it is all those things? You do understand that and agree with that, right?
I do, but much of it is either self-inflicted or because of policies that we have supported. Democrats that we have supported. I wrote a book it's coming out in October. It's called As Goes California, My Mission to Rescue the Golden State and Save the Nation. It's about the one-party rule in California. California has supermajorities of Democrats in the Senate and in the House. And as a result, our schools are near the bottom. People are leaving California for the very first time. We have the highest state income tax in the country. The average price of a home in California costs 175% above the national average, all because of these left-wing policies that are hurting the very people, black and brown people living in the inner city, that people on the left claim that they care about.
Mr. Elder, I know a lot of black conservatives, and I completely agree about the black family. I don't think anybody here objects to that.
Don't disagree about that at all.
I think when you talk about ideology and then you mix in parties and then personalities, it gets kind of confusing. And, you mentioned yourself not to moan and groan, that as long as you work hard, all is well. And I think where the conflict is coming in is you did moan and groan about how the Republicans treated you. You did moan and groan about Governor Newsom and, asking for a recall. You did not leave that up to the voters. Yeah. One moment you're complaining about the system, and the next minute you're saying the system is fair. The next minute you're saying it's not fair. So that's what I'm saying. There just seems to be a double standard on you and the system, not wanting to be accountable for a system that black people are not in charge of, by the way, of not wanting to hold both sides accountable when it comes to the system.
Do I believe Hillary was treated differently and Joe Biden treated differently than Donald Trump is being treated? Yes, I do. Is that an indictment about whether or not America is systemically racist? No, it is not. Those are
they're two totally different things.
Yes,
you're trying to merge the two, but they're two totally different things.
I agree with you. They're two different things. We're agreeing. We're agreeing. They're two different things. We're agreeing.
No, we're agreeing they're two different things. We're not agreeing that there's not systematic racism because we're not in charge of the system, sir. In case you
all right. Can we?
Black people have never been in charge of any system. We're not
actually we have been. Take Baltimore.
No, we've never been in charge.
May I finish?
Tell me, what financial system are black people in charge of? What healthcare system are black people in charge of? What government system are black people in charge of?
I'm about ready to tell you.
What prison system are black people in charge?
I'm about ready to tell you.
I'm not talking about mayors. I already know that talking point, sir. I go on Fox News all the time as well. So let's not go there with that. I said, what system have we created? Have we implemented that we have been in charge of? Name one.
Is this why you don't like talking to black women, Larry Elder?
Wow. Baltimore. Freddie Gray a few years ago.
No. That's mayors. I'm not talking. I said system.
So you're basically saying that they're black faces that are still in those positions, but they're still being part of the system.
Similar to you, Mr. Elder. You're a black face in a position in the conservative movement. They're just the same. They're just on the other side. I'm talking about. So
then, when Martin Luther King said in 1966, I believe there could be a black president in about 40 years' time, then it really doesn't matter whether there's one or isn't one because nothing changes. He was naive. He was naive then.
Killed him as well. We know that the FBI and the CIA also killed him. That system. You realize that, correct?
Wow. An individual killed him.
Right. That was also part of Pro Hotel through the system. Correct?
Yeah. Not correct. Not correct. He was killed.
So the FBI didn't have anything to do with it. The CIA didn't have anything to do with it.
J. Edgar Hoover was definitely on Martin's ass. Like, come on.
I didn't say he wasn't. Robert Kennedy is the one that approved the wiretaps. But to say that the FBI killed him, I mean, what's your evidence of that?
Oh no,
that's a pretty serious charge.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Pretty serious charge.
Yeah.
Don't move. We got more with Larry Elder when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Of course, we have Teslin Figaro with us, and we're kicking it with Larry Elder. Charlamagne?
You think members of your party are leaning toward fascism?
Define fascism.
Authoritarianism?
Define fascism.
I mean, the rejection of democracy, the rule of law, and equal rights under the law in favor of a strong man, Donald Trump, who interprets the popular will.
No, I don't. Fascism is when the government allows you to own means of production. The government tells you what to do. Frankly, technically, people like Barack Obama are fascists. That is to say, these are left-wing people telling you how to run your business, telling you what to sell, telling you what you can't sell. For example, in California, we have a governor named Gavin Newsom who recently said by the year 2035, no more sale of new gas-powered cars. How dare you? Most people don't want an EV. They like their own gasoline-powered cars, but now you're telling car dealerships they can't even sell them? What do you call that?
But what about, when you tell women what to do with their bodies?
Well, that is a moral issue. I happen to be pro-life, and I believe that abortion is a sin. That's not telling women what to do with their body. That's expressing my opinion about whether or not it is right or it is wrong.
Can you have a real democracy if you're taking away people's power of choice? If you're taking away people's power to choose, not giving them any option.
Well, if you consider it to be a crime, that abortion is a sin, in my opinion, you're not taking people's right to choose. You're making a moral statement about what's right and what's wrong.
So how does that apply to President Trump then? Because you said that was a two-tier system that that's unfair.
I don't believe Donald Trump.
You don't think he did anything?
I don't think he did anything wrong. No, I don't.
Have you ever heard the term wake-up call?
No.
It is an incident where a person of color forgets that they are of color and are reminded rather brutally by an unexpected act of racism. Have you ever had any of those?
Oh, brother.
I'm just asking. You think you've ever
Well,
had
I'm acutely aware, Charlamagne, that I'm a black person, just as you are a black person. And when Joe Biden insulted you by saying, you ain't really black, we don't know whether or not you want to vote for me or vote for Donald Trump, it seems to me that should have been a wake-up call on your part. How dare this guy come in here and insult you, a black man, and tell you you got to think a certain kind of way? I'm amazed that you weren't mad about that.
I'm not going to say it upset me, just like I'm not letting you upset me. You know what I mean? I don't tend to get upset over things like that. But what I did say...
Well, you just not talk about a wake-up call, and it seemed to me that should have been a wake-up call on your part to have a white guy come in here who also said, by the way, about Mitt Romney, because he didn't want to put more regulations on Wall Street, going to put y'all back in chains. And Joe Biden had lied for decades about his civil rights record, claiming that he desegregated movie theaters and restaurants in Wilmington, Delaware, when he didn't do any of that. He lied and said that he tried to visit Nelson Mandela during apartheid South Africa. He did not. And he came in here and told you aren't even black and let you think a certain kind of way. It seemed to me that should have been a wake-up call for you, but it wasn't, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, no, for the record, I'm not a Democrat or Republican.
I didn't say you were.
I think both.
I don't know what you are. I never even asked you about your party affiliation.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, but you are black. And to have a white guy come in here and tell you have to say think a certain kind of way, otherwise you, quote, ain't black? Wow.
I mean, you're probably right, but I didn't take it in that way.
Well, I did.
As I said to him in that moment, it's just about me wanting something for my people, and I want to know what is he going to do for my people, and not only for my people now, how are you going to atone for the things you've done to my people?
Right.
That's it. So why should black people rock with the GOP then? Like, what are the reasons?
Economics. I had Tavis Smiley and Cornel West on my radio show once, Charlamagne. And I told Tavis and Cornel West that under Ronald Reagan, black adult unemployment fell faster than white adult unemployment. Black Hispanic unemployment fell faster than did white unemployment. Black teenage unemployment fell faster than did white teenage unemployment. Black businesses were created at a rate faster. Their revenues grew at a rate faster. And they both told me that I was wrong, and that they would have the data on my desk by Monday. That was 15 years ago. I know the mail is slow, but it seems to me they should have given it to me by now. Again, Donald Trump presided over the best economy ever for black people, lowest unemployment, and it seems to me the number one reason that most people vote is because of the economy. We have had 40-year historic high in inflation. We've had gas prices that are now about 40% more than what they were when Joe Biden came into office, and we have about 7 million illegal aliens in our country, and the bulk of the suffering because of these illegal aliens will be borne by black people living in the inner city. Those are three reasons alone not to vote for the Democratic Party and to vote for the Republican Party.
Well, just a simple question. Have the Republicans done anything that you disagree with, just out of curiosity?
They spend too much. I think taxes are still too high. There are a lot of Republicans that support things like minimum wages. And by the way, Milton Friedman, one of my favorite economists, said the minimum wage is perhaps the most anti-black law in the statute books, close quote. At one time, a black teenager was more likely to have a job than a white teenager until the minimum wage came along and kicked it up and up and up. So there are policies that the Republican Party supports, like minimum wage. Some of them do that I don't like. Also kinds of licensing, unnecessary licensing. I was at an Apple store a few years ago, and this black woman waited on me, and she was very sharp technically. I'm not very technically sharp, and I was very impressed. And I said, have you always been technically sharp? She goes, well, I'm not really. I'm just here because I want to earn enough money to get a license to cut hair. I said, black hair? She said, yes. I said, you don't know how to cut black hair already? I have black barbers in my family. Everybody learned how to cut hair on their own. She said, well, in California, you have to have a license to open up a shop to cut hair. I said, how much does it cost? She said, $5,000. I said, you need to get a $5,000 license to learn how to do something you already know how to do? What is that? So a lot of the rules and regulations.
System.
Okay,
fair. It's hard to get around them systems, no matter how hard you work.
Well, the system applies to both blacks and whites too. But fair enough, those systems ought to be struck down. So there are lots of things Republicans do that I don't.
Well, it's not just cutting hair. You know that. You know they have to train how to learn with diseases and to make sure your clippers are clean and make sure certain things that you have to follow certain protocols so that you can be a barber, so that you can make sure that the community's safe when you're doing these protocols.
Well, if there weren't government protocols, there'd be other protocols.
Oh, I do want to ask you, when do you think systemic racism ended? Since you said it don't exist anymore, when did it end?
I can't come up with a specific time, but when Obama got elected, this is really important. He got elected with a little more than 52% of the vote. He walks into the Oval Office the third week of January. He had a 70% approval. Now, how can that be? How can 15% all of a sudden support this man? It wasn't because they wanted capital gains taxes raised, which Obama promised to do. It wasn't because of Obamacare, which Obama promised to do. It's because many Americans said, at the very least, he'll stop the nonsense that America remains systemically racist. And for 8 years, in my humble opinion, he played race card after race card after race card. So example, when he entered the Oval Office, both blacks and whites thought race relations would get better. When he left, both blacks and whites thought they got worse. Why? Because he did things like the Cambridge police acted stupidly when they didn't. If I had a son, he looked like Trayvon. When what happened to Trayvon had nothing to do with his race. He embraced Black Lives Matter. He invited Al Sharpton in the White House over 70 times. He said that racism is in America's DNA. He said all sorts of things so that when he left, both blacks and whites thought race relations got worse.
Right, but sir, this is where and we can just agree to disagree, because you're mixing race relations and voters, what voters decided to do, who might just be very good people that decided to elect a black man, confusing with institutional system racism. And those are just two totally different things. And it's okay if we just agree to disagree. I'm just talking about institutions versus relations are just two totally different things. And that's just where we, just disagree with that. And that's okay.
Well, we didn't really get into mass incarceration, but most people who are behind bars because they committed a violent crime against somebody else. And often the black people who are behind bars committed a violent crime against another black person.
Well, when I'm talking about mass incarceration, I'm not talking about violent crimes. I'm talking about non-violent crimes, particularly the war on drugs.
Well, in order for you to go to jail, you have to commit a crime. If you walk down the street,
not always when you're black in America.
Well, where are the class action lawsuits, Charlamagne? We have all these black lawyers. Many black people have gone to law school. Where are the class action lawsuits claiming that a bunch of people are behind bars illegally, wrongfully? Where are they?
So you think everybody that's behind bars?
I didn't say that.
Behind bars.
I didn't say that. Why don't you answer my question? Where are the class action lawsuits?
Well, you got to need money to do class action lawsuits.
You've had a black attorney general, Eric Holder. You had back-to-back black attorneys general, Eric Holder and then Loretta Lynch. Why didn't they release a whole bunch of people who are illegally behind bars? Why didn't they do that? You had a black president.
And I criticized them as well. Went on record because actually you're right. He lied and said that he was going to fix the crack cocaine disparity. So I went on record. You're right. So, sir, I have no problem with criticizing black Democrats. We do that. Charlamagne does that all the time. It's just the imbalance of understanding that even black faces in high places, even including yours, and Democrats, Republicans, just being fair across the board. That's all.
Tell them how they can support your campaign.
LarryElder.com. I need $1 from 40,000 individuals, even if you want somebody else to talk about some of the issues that Charlamagne and I have been talking about for the last several minutes. I can get them front and center. So, LarryElder.com, $1, 40,000 individuals. I will see you on August 23rd in Milwaukee.
All right, it's Larry Elder.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Shout out to Larry Elder for joining us.
I like a lively discussion.
Mm-hmm.
Very lively.
Can't wait to read those comments later on. All right. Well, we have Stichiz here. Of course, she's our guest co-host.
Thank you for having me, guys.
No, thank you for joining us.
Pleasure.
Let's get right to the rumors.
This is the Rumor Report.
For your girl Stichiz.
On the Breakfast Club.
Blessed, black, and highly favored. I guess you could say the best content. Can I do some for what we do back home? Lego. Once again, thank you, Taylor, for that intro. Can I take that home with me, guys?
Yes, you can.
I sure do appreciate it. Okay, it's pretty light today, but some good news. Big congratulations to NLE Choppa. He welcomes his new son, Chosen One. So you get it? It's spelled CHOZEN 1 WONE.
Okay.
Yeah. So congrats to him.
Niggas gotta be stopped, man. I like the meaning behind it and everything, but come on, we gotta think about this.
So you heard about the meaning? You know the meaning?
It's Chosen One. Yeah. But the way he spelled it,
it's very catchy.
Oh, I mean, we get creative with names, man.
People got to think about these things just a little bit.
No,
my Chosen One.
My name is RAA capital SHAUN.
These aren't dogs. You know what I'm saying?
But what's wrong with Chosen One? Chosen One.
I would have rather him just spell it ONE.
He's want to spell it the way he wants to spell it.
It looked like something on a Chinese menu, man.
Well, congratulations, NLE Choppa. I can't.
Salute
and I
to
won't.
NLE Choppa.
I won't. Congrats.
Salute to Mama NLE Choppa.
To Mama
yes,
NLE.
Exactly.
More importantly, congratulations on your on the woman having a healthy pregnancy.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't know. There was a video though he showed of her throwing up, and like it was not. Yeah, I don't know if I
throwing up is not the process.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. But
as long as the baby's healthy and the mom is healthy,
that's the most important.
And he's doing a lot in the community too. I like the pivot and the change that he made, investing back into youth and
NLE Choppa.
Yeah,
he's a good kid.
I like that.
Good
man.
Good kid.
Shout out to him.
That is a good young man.
Absolutely is.
Just question his baby naming skills, but that's neither here nor there.
No. All right. Well, let's talk music with Chris Brown.
Okay, Leonard.
Spelled Lenard.
What does Leonard mean?
It's Leonard.
Majestic.
It's just trying to be proper.
No,
okay.
Majestic.
It's Leonard.
All right. My name means rebirth. I found that out. Renee, they like, Mary Kate, but my real name, I don't know. That's my mama down in Canada. All right, let's talk about Chris Brown, though. Shares new album title, so Breezy fans will be excited about this. So in a caption, he posted, I see some of my diehard fans wanting me to add more songs for the new project, and I love y'all for that. But I just feel I need all to really miss me and take my art seriously. I'm just focused on giving y'all the best to digest. So his new album will be released November 11th. 11/11. So big up to Chris Breezy on that. Speaking of more albums, congrats to Drizzy. You remember the album that we were all like, the dance music with, you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Never mind. Honestly, never mind. That is officially certified platinum.
Okay.
Oh, the Drake dance album.
Yeah. That was the time a lot of people were doing.
You gotta know how to get that. Sticky was on there, right? You know how Sticky get?
Yes. Sticky.
Yeah.
And also I think Jimmy Cooks was on that with 21 Savage.
Yeah, that was the only hip hop record on there.
Yeah. But certified platinum it became, so it's pretty light today, but congratulations to Drizzy Drake on that.
Yep. Salute to Drake.
Yeah, that is our rumor report.
And I also just would like to say,
yes,
and talking about NLE Choppa real quick, is that, a lot of times if you just dig deep, what you're looking to call your child, there are names that mean that. Like there are Arabic names and African names that already mean, chosen or chosen one.
You really don't want that name.
He just likes the name.
You don't want it.
That's what he wanted to
You're not for it at all.
But a name like Mustafa,
okay,
that means chosen one in Arabic. You know what I mean? And there's African names that mean chosen one too. So I'm saying you don't have to actually name your child chosen one and then spell it WONE.
That's how he likes it.
Sure, I'm just giving people options.
He doesn't want your option. He likes chosen one.
It's not for him. It's for other people that may want to do this in the future.
Like WONE, like chosen. He has a capital Z and lowercase EN and WO. You're not for it.
Powerful African names look cool too, and powerful Arabic names look.
Okay.
Cool
and so is chosen one. If he wants to name his child basketball, he can name his child basketball. You want to name your child Brooklyn, you can name your child Brooklyn. You want to name your child Black Effect, you can name your child Black Effect. Whatever you like.
I promise you. Somebody name their children basketball. Whoever votes to build a wall around niggas, I'm voting. Whoever runs and says they're going to build a wall around niggas, I'm voting for them.
Bro,
I'm telling you that
people
right
name
now.
their child Hennessy.
They do.
Oh, yeah.
What's wrong with that? That's fine. If that's what they're into.
Well,
Bacardi.
Yeah.
Yep.
Miami.
Yep.
Miami.
I thought those were all nicknames, by the way. I didn't know
some people got real.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I'm lying. I don't really know nobody with a real
want to build
name.
a wall around niggas? Who want to do that so I can vote for them?
All right.
That's a poll. The best names in black culture. What are the best top,
African
top
and Arabic names?
Top 3. Go ahead.
Top 3 names?
I'm not giving them out because then I'll be giving up my children's names.
What? Oh, you gonna have more?
No.
So you can give them up.
No, I'm give them out. Yeah.
Stingy.
All right. Well.
All right. It was a light day today, guys.
Yeah. I see. Who you giving that donkey to?
Man, we need Taryn Manning. Salute to Taryn Manning from Orange is the New Black. She needs to come to the front of the congregation. We like to have a word with her, and then I'd like to have a discussion about side chicks. Should side chicks get beat up?
All right, well, we could talk about that after the
chicks
after the donkey. 800-585-1051. We'll
oh boy,
dive deep into that
because everybody always wants to blame one party when cheating or infidelity happens, but
I think it takes two to tango.
It takes two to cheat, guys.
But should the men
black
get
men
beat up
don't
too?
cheat.
I didn't say black men. I said it takes two to cheat. I just threw a number out there.
Okay.
Black men don't cheat.
All right.
I'm glad you know that, Stichiz. We'll discuss.
Breakfast Club, good morning.
I walked into that
Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Blue Beetle, the newest addition to DC's Superverse, is an underdog story that follows Jaime Reyes, who becomes the first superhero in his family, whether he likes it or not. Blue Beetle is only in theaters this Friday. Get tickets now.
Donkey of the day, yeah, you dumb ass. You get donkey of the day, yeah, you dumb ass.
You are a donkey. It's time for Donkey of the Day.
Donkey of the Day, huh? I'm gonna fatten all that shit around your eye.
They want this man to throw them blows, man. They waiting for Charlamagne to tap these gloves. Let's go.
They had to make a judgment of who was going to be on the Donkey of the Day. They chose you.
It's the Breakfast Club, bitches.
Who's Donkey of the Day today?
Hey, before I do Donkey today, I want to salute to my guy NLE Choppa too, man. He just hit me on the face.
That was classic.
Great young man.
Yes.
I like him.
And remember, it's not too late to change the baby's
No,
name.
Chosen One is fine.
Let him be great.
Charlamagne told him that too. It's not too late. No, Chosen One is fine, man.
Mustafa.
No,
that means
Chosen One.
That means Chosen One in Arabic.
No.
Donkey of the Day for Thursday, August 17th goes to actress Taryn Manning. Yeah, if you don't know who Taryn Manning is, she played Tiffany on Orange is the New Black. In fact, the reason I even got a Netflix account back in the day was because of Orange is the New Black. Okay, everybody and their mama was talking about how good this show was, and they were correct. And Taryn's character, Tiffany, was the main antagonist of the first season. She played a meth head whose nickname was Pensatucky. Yeah, Pensatucky. And if you've never seen Orange is the New Black, spoiler alert, she dies in season 7. Okay? Jesus. Overdose. It's been over 4 years. Come on, man. It's been over 4 years since the final season aired. If you're not caught up by now, you never will be, so whatever. But we are gathered here today at Hee Haw Missionary Baptist to give Taryn the credit she deserves for being stupid. Now, Stichiz is here from 103.5 The Beat in Miami. She's our guest co-host for the day. Stichiz, what do you think of side chicks? When I say side chicks, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
No.
Okay.
You know those Gippies that say no.
Got you.
Yes, like
okay.
Yeah, no.
Well, the reason I ask is because my family, AJ from the We Talk Back podcast, drop on the clues bombs for AJ. She always says side chicks should get beat up because a man couldn't cheat if the woman didn't allow it. Meaning, if you know that man got a girlfriend or you know that man married, why are you choosing to mess around with him? It takes two to cheat, and the man is definitely making a poor choice, but he's also making his choice based off the options he's presented. A man can only do what he's allowed to do, and her logic is if women stuck together and decided, hey, we're not sleeping with other people's boyfriends, we're not sleeping with other people's husbands, then the option to cheat would be off the table. Debate that amongst yourselves, or maybe we'll debate it after Donkey, but one thing's for sure, two things for certain. Black men don't cheat. And men of other races shouldn't cheat either. And one thing I agree with AJ on is women shouldn't be accomplices in the act of adultery either, because if you're a side chick, that's what you are. An accomplice in the act of adultery. And that is why Taryn Manning has been called to the front of the congregation, because she recently got on social media and admitted to being an accomplice in an act of adultery. Look at this headline, okay? Let me read it to you. All right, it's on E! News. It says, Orange is the New Black's Taryn Manning admits to affair with married man. Do you want to hear her confession? Let's listen.
Oh boy.
The man that I've been messing with is a married man, and every night I was licking his butthole. Yep. Because he liked it. And
oh my God.
I didn't mind doing it. Yeah. We drove all the way down to Newport Beach today so I could buy him a boat. I was so in love, so I thought, so I could buy this gentleman a boat. And I brought cash to put a down payment down. Like, I really love him. And his wife, because he's married, I can't stand her. I've been licking your man's butthole for weeks on end because he likes it a lot. And I do it to him. And he comes to me, and it happens. Don't you ever threaten me when your husband came to me to get his butthole licked. Don't you ever threaten me again, Leanne, you dumbass.
Don't say her name.
Taryn Manning.
She done said her name.
What? Taryn Manning. Wow. Not only are women willing to be side chicks, the side chicks are out here licking buttholes and buying boats. Ask yourself if you've done either for your significant other. Okay, when it comes to analingus and buying boats, all right? Did I pronounce that right?
I don't know.
It's about right.
When it comes to analingus and buying boats, either you can't do them or you're not willing to do them. Which is it? All right, Taryn, you should be ashamed of yourself. You out here being an accomplice to adultery. Your tongue should not be touching that woman's husband's butt. You out here being a bottom feeder and buying this woman's husband a boat. Why? So you can sail out with him and lick his balloon knot on the water? Huh? You want to go out in the ocean and catch your own starfish, or you want to keep licking on the starfish that belongs to another woman? You never thought about how starfishes look like buttholes until just now, right? You're welcome. All right, Taryn Manning, you just doing too much. And my brothers, come on, man. Please. Salad tossing. Getting your salad tossed. You're not just supposed to be out here doing that with randoms. Okay, if butt stuff is indeed your thing, you should reserve that for who got the ring. I repeat, if butt stuff is indeed your thing, you should reserve that for who got the ring. No wedding ring, no anus ring. Taryn Manning, would you suck a wedding ring that wasn't yours? Let's just say you a person who wears their wedding ring on a chain around their neck. Every now and then I put my charm in my mouth like this. You don't never do that? You know why I do that? Because it's mine. Imagine this was my wedding ring and I walked in and some random person was sucking on my wedding ring. That's how you should treat the anal ring. Don't put your tongue on a person's anal ring if that person doesn't belong to you. Taryn Manning, go find your own husband and stop pinching and licking on another woman's loaf. And I'm going to tell you something else. It's bad enough you sleeping with another woman's husband, but you also out here snacking on bunkies and buying boats? What kind of penis is this man giving you? You have absolutely no reason to be doing both of these things. Okay, Taryn, you got to pick a struggle. Personally, if I was the man, I wouldn't want either because I can't explain either to my wife. Where did this boat magically come from? You bought a boat and didn't tell me? I don't know how to reply to that. Okay, either one of those questions, especially when the side chick is the one who made the purchase. Okay, and my God, how do you reply when your wife says, and you let her eat your Hershey Highway? Men, we so stupid, we probably reply, yeah, but she used the spoon. The moral of the story is cheating is wrong. Infidelity is wrong. Not judging because I've been open about my mistakes. But if you're not happy with the person you're with, then just end it.
Agreed.
All right? Cheating is selfish, especially when you have a person that is loyal to you. It is absolutely trash to disrespect a person who is loyal to you by cheating on him or her. Now, I don't know this man Taryn Manning is talking about. I have no idea who she's talking about. I just want to tell him, sir, if you're listening, you can't have your cake and have your cake eaten too. And please give Taryn Manning the biggest hee-haw for eating it.
What is this infatuation with licking the bum? Like where is this coming from?
I got it.
You got
Don't knock it till you've tried it.
You've tried it?
Yes, with my wife, absolutely.
Well, you better stop eating other women's husbands. You better stop putting your tongue on other women's husbands' butts. What is your problem?
I said my wife.
That wasn't in the book.
Did you not hear my wife?
That wasn't in real life, real love. I didn't see that part now.
I love you, so I'm gonna leave that right there. I love you, so I'm gonna leave that.
I didn't see that part. He was open about some things, but he wasn't open about that part.
Hey, man.
Damn.
Hey, that's my mama listening this morning.
Say peace to BET.
Oh, Lord. Genevieve, I'm so sorry, Genevieve.
Peace, BET.
Peace. So
now,
sorry.
Can we open up the phone lines?
What is a balloon knot? Oh, a balloon knot. What did you call it?
When you go home later today,
right?
Just bend over, look in the mirror, and look back there. Let Gia take a picture for you, and then you look at it, and then look at a balloon knot, and then you tell me if I was correct. That's all.
Where do you get
you're very vivid. Like you had to take a picture of yourself and say, "What does this look like?"
You were that kid who had that imagination. Were you not?
I'm that adult that still has that imagination. Yes, but you're right, Stichiz.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, where do we go? Where do we go from here?
Should side chicks get beat up?
Okay.
Okay. Because it takes two.
I say no to side chicks. Well, if you do that to the side chick,
we're gonna talk about when we come back.
You can't tell me what you just heard ain't worth a fade.
800
for the man too. Then
585-1051.
Well,
suck my. Y'all ain't gonna never make it out the hood. Y'all gonna die broke.
What?
I don't know where that came from. Soldier's boy just be popping out. You know what? Call us up right now. I don't know what the hell is going on. Stichiz is here. We're talking butts. I don't know.
Hey,
should side chicks get beat up?
Don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
I didn't put no butts on you. I didn't say nothing about butts with you. You know what? Call us up. So side chicks get beat up. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Jesus Christ.
The Breakfast Club.
It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, Charlamagne just gave Donkey today to a butt eater.
Bottom feeder. But more importantly, her name is Taryn Manning. She's an accomplice to adultery. She admitted that she was out here cheating with a married man, and she was, performing analingus on the man, and was about to buy the man a boat. So it made me think, should side chicks get beat up? Because my homegirl AJ from the We Talk Back podcast, she says that side chicks should get beat up. If you know you sleeping with another man's husband or boyfriend, then you are an accomplice to adultery, and it takes two to cheat, so you just as guilty as the man. So she feels like side chicks should get beat up.
Now, should the man get beat up as well, though?
That's not the question. Stichiz, what do you think? Should side chicks get beat up?
This is Stichiz, co-hosting today 103.5 The Beat. I'm gonna say yes, because like we said, it takes two to tango. Don't know why I'm talking like this, but it just makes sense. If we're gonna go after the side, I prefer no violence. I gotta say that because I work with kids. But if we're gonna go after the side chick, if it takes two to tango, then you gotta go for the other tango.
There's variables though, right? Because sometimes side chicks, like the lady just hit me on things. She said she was a side chick. She ain't know she was a side chick. What happened if a side chick don't know she a side chick?
Well, I specifically said that AJ said that the side chick should get beat up if you know you sleeping with another man's husband.
You wasn't clear.
Or boyfriend. I was clear. You wasn't listening.
You're right. I wasn't listening.
Well, I wouldn't want nobody to. I'm going to go with I'm going to default to what you said. If you're not happy with somebody, just let them go. Just leave them.
But also you're Haitian.
But
right. What that mean?
What that mean?
Where you going?
Have you ever buried
Where
a
you
chicken
going,
bone?
Charlamagne? Because we done resolved this yesterday, but it looked like you're hashing back old
you
things.
say you don't like violence, but have you ever buried a chicken bone on behalf
sir,
of somebody? Have you ever written somebody's name on a chicken bone?
We don't do that. Everybody doesn't do that. Okay,
that's what
and
they
you
all
from
say.
the South, so you know some folk. It's not just Haitian people that do that. And all of us do not do that.
Okay.
So no, I did not.
All right.
I just let people go. If I don't want to be with you no more,
You
I'm not
never
gonna be
put
with you.
water in a bottle and put a name in it and froze
Mr.
it?
Leonard.
What do you know about that? Like
Mr.
that
Leonard.
sounds personal.
Leonard.
I'm all for black magic, baby.
Pardon?
I'm all for black magic.
I'm not.
I'm with it.
All right. Well, let's open up the phone line.
Should side chicks get beat up?
This me and you shut up.
Please.
This for the ladies.
Okay, me and you shut up. As long
And
as you know,
should the guys get beat up as well?
Me and Charlamagne and myself, shut up. Just shut up forever. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, what's your name?
D.
Hey, D.
Where you calling from, D?
Detroit.
Oh, Lord.
D.
You definitely beating up a side
What up,
chick.
though?
Now, should a side chick get beat up?
The only time a side chick should be beaten up is if she know the wife or the girlfriend. If they don't know each other, then 9 times out of 10 they probably don't even know they the side chick. Then the dude should be getting beat up because he's the one who owed the girl loyalty.
Well,
what if she knows she don't know you personally, but she knows that he is married or
Or
has
the
a girlfriend?
situation, yeah.
Now, if he's married, then hey, that's the chance she was willing to take. But if it's just a boyfriend girlfriend situation, no.
Well, D, I got a question. If it was your sister, like you said, family, hopefully not, but if it was your sister, would you risk the relationship with your sister or try to mend it? Would you want to beat up your sister?
Like I wouldn't do nothing like that.
Well,
and my sister wouldn't do nothing like that. But if my sister did something like that to me, like eventually I'll probably make up with her because time heals all wounds. But if it's just some random associate or a so-called friend, then F that be.
Okay, thank you.
She says too, both of them, the guy and the girl.
Lola!
What up, though?
What up? Another Detroit.
Shout out
Detroit
to
on the
Detroit,
heavy. You talking
WJLB
side
out
chicks.
there.
Detroit calling crazy. Now, do side chicks get beat up? You think side chicks should get beat up?
No, I don't think side chicks should get beat up. Now, probably back in my 20s, I would agree with that way of thinking. But as a 45-year-old woman, no, because side chicks don't designate themselves. Your man has to designate this woman as a side chick. So, see his ass. No, we're not going to fight the women. We're coming for the men.
I do want to ask you. I want to ask you this question: If you found out that the side chick was eating your man Bunky.
Well, no, because I'm not doing it. So, yeah, go ahead, sis. Go off, sis. Go off, sis.
Not the day.
No, And I've been on both sides. I've been the woman and I've been the side chick. But a lot of times, side chicks don't even initially know that they're side chicks. So, no, we going after the men.
Hold on. So, did
from
you,
here on out.
honest question, did you know that you were the side chick in that situation?
Tell the truth.
No, not initially. I did not. No, not initially. But once I found out, I didn't mind.
Damn.
Okay.
See, you see that? She ain't mine after she found out.
Oh, I missed that part.
No, she said she ain't mine.
Yeah.
So you didn't leave him? You
But
stayed?
it was a long time ago. I was much younger.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for your honesty.
That's crazy that she don't mind her man getting his Bunky eaten. So
Yeah, she said she ain't gonna do
She's
it.
not going to do it.
So that ain't cheating then.
Hello, who's this? What?
Good morning, family. My name's Chica.
Hey, Chica, good morning.
Good morning, y'all.
Good morning.
You think the side chick should get beat up?
She sound like she just got beat up. She got caught at that man's house again, huh?
No, she needs an ass whoop, but so does the man too. It's a two-way. It's not a one-way thing. It's a two-way street over here.
So you whipping both of them?
Absolutely, man first. Sometimes the woman doesn't know. These days, men don't disclose that they're married.
But what if the woman knows?
But if she
In
knows-
this case, we're saying the woman knows. Yes.
Oh no, ass whoop.
Let me ask you a question. How would you feel if you found out your man was getting his salad tossed by another woman?
Oh my God, the disgrace. Oh, it's a disgrace.
The
I
what?
can't imagine. Please, I don't know. I can't answer that question.
Damn, all right.
But
She doesn't want to think about
But
it.
do you do it for your man? Because maybe if you don't do it, so he get it somewhere else.
No.
Listen, this is American. Something is very different. Sister, I apologize on their behalf. because that's an American thing. Nigerians don't do that.
I know with my Caribbean people. She's not going to do it.
It's an American thing.
She's not going to do it. She's not going to do it.
That's American tradition.
She's not going to do it.
We don't do that.
She's not going to do it.
All right. 800-585-1051. Charlamagne came up with this question.
Should side chicks get beat up? I think it's a great question because if you know you sleeping with another man's husband or boyfriend, then you're an accomplice to adultery. And my homegirl, AJ, salute to AJ 843 all day, We Talk Back podcast. She says she feel like side chicks should get beat up because it takes two to cheat. So you just as guilty as the man.
800-585-1051. Let's discuss this. The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Topic time. Call 800-585-1051 to join into the discussion with the Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, Charlamagne gave donkey today to a salad tosser.
Yes, a bottom feeder, Taryn Manning. But, you know, that's not the reason she's getting donkey of the day. The reason is because the salad she was tossing was another woman's husband.
Correct.
And, you know, she's bragging about the fact that she was, you know, driving down this man's Hershey highway with her tongue.
She was upset with the woman, dude. With the wife. She was upset with the wife.
But how good does that butt taste when she wants to buy him a boat, too?
Oh, man.
Something, man. She eating bunkie and buying boats, you know?
I don't think booms taste good, though. I don't.
Have you tried it?
No.
All right, then don't knock it. Hello, who's this?
Hey, it's Dave from Myrtle Beach.
843, what's happening?
How y'all doing this morning?
Good morning.
What's up, Black and highly favored, sir?
We're asking, should a side chick get beat up, bro?
Yeah, we definitely got to put hands and feet on side.
No. Not you, fool.
Not we.
Oh, not me.
Okay. Oh.
Okay, the main.
You shouldn't be calling. You shouldn't be calling right now. This is something you should sit out, bro.
This is for the ladies.
But I want to know his thought process.
I mean, they did the best of both worlds, so obviously they need a beating every now and then.
What's the best of both worlds?
They ain't got to worry about the man, worried about them 24/7.
How old are you, man?
They can do what they want. I'm 24.
You're 24
You're too
years
young.
old.
He's so young.
Would you ever let a side chick eat your bunkie?
No, I don't know about that. No, I ain't with
Now, if a side chick says she, not a boat. Like, I'm sure you like what, the Challenger or Charger?
He said he don't want it.
All right, so let's say the side chick was gonna buy you a Charger or a Challenger Hellcat and eat the bunkie.
Man, that is so stupid.
He don't want
it.
See, I
ain't feeling that.
Come on now, she gonna toss your salad and give you a Hellcat.
You get a Hellcat.
He don't want
Hellcat.
You're in Myrtle Beach now.
That's
going
right.
down the strip.
Hellcat. Ugh.
If you don't want to, you don't have to. Okay, sir? You don't have to if you don't want to. Forcing it on this young man. He don't want it.
He'll take that Hellcat. He
don't want it.
That just seems so zesty to me.
Hey, the Hellcat though.
That
Hellcat though.
Sir, if you don't want to, it's all right. It's okay if you
that
don't
tall
want to.
salad gonna last about 3-4 minutes. Then you got a Hellcat for life.
Man, you coming down Carolinas with that Hellcat.
Oh my gosh. How many at least? It's gonna have to be at least $100,000 car to get violated like that.
They gonna give you the Hellcat with the special package.
With the special package.
Yeah.
The Scat Cat.
They actually let the side chick eat my booty. My wife right here.
He about to get beat up.
Let me talk to your wife, man.
Put her on the phone. What's up?
Talk to your wife.
Just say hey.
Good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning. How are you, Queen?
Good. How are you?
Now, your husband called up here this morning and he asked us, he said, hey, man, should I let this girl toss my salad because she wants to buy me a Hellcat?
So he get the Hellcat and the booty eating.
What do you think he should do?
No. That's nasty. No, thank you.
He said you don't eat the booty.
He's not going for it.
Not even for a Hellcat?
Clearly.
For a Hellcat, babe? A Hellcat.
Well, you find the right bitch and she can give me one too.
Oh, she said if she can get it too.
Oh, okay. All right. So we find a girl to toss both of y'all salad and buy y'all matching Hellcats.
There you go.
We
they gonna get an argument after this.
We definitely gonna get an argument.
Hello, who's this?
This Hellcat hard for a man.
Yeah, no, hard for a man.
24 years old.
Hellcat, baby. Yes.
Hello, who's this?
Hi, it's Camry.
Hey, Camry.
Oh,
you think a side chick should get beat up, Camry?
Yeah and no. I'm gonna tell you why I say yes, because I'm gonna piggyback off that. Basically, I feel like women should have more respect for a relationship in general. And, you know, if women stuck together, like you said, and was like, hey, he's taken, he's got a family at home, I'm cool on him, I don't want to mess with him, this situation would probably not be happening as often as it does. But then at the same time, I feel like no, because for the woman who's getting cheated on sake,
it's like you're lowering your self-worth to even put that energy into another woman like that. I feel like if your man is going to cheat, you should just let him go and do what he's got to do. Like, don't even waste your energy on somebody like that.
Sis, can I ask you?
And then it's funny you said black men don't cheat, because that is not true. But what was you going to say?
Sis, let me ask you, do you feel like a lot of it is the weight is always put on the women and we don't put any accountability on the man? I feel like a lot of times we always say, well, women, they do this, they got to do this. And I agree, we should not. But
you just in here telling lies.
I feel like there's no accountability. Help me out, sis. I need some type of witness. There's no accountability.
That's true. I saw a post that said, why is it always the person who got wrong that is always pressured to be the bigger person? And I felt that, because it's like, dang, why I gotta be the bigger person and I'm the one who got wrong? You know what I'm saying? I kind of I don't want to Michelle Obama. I don't want to go high when you go low. I want to go low with you, because why do I have to be the bigger person all the time? Like,
that side chick went low from the back.
I don't mind.
No, for real though. But it's just like that energy is not worth it at the end of the day, because you're going to fight her and then you're going to take him back or whatever, and he's going to go do it again with somebody else. So at the end of the day, it's just best to just cut it off. Don't waste your energy. Don't waste your time.
There you go.
You might be, you too beautiful to be fighting with any woman over any man when it's 1,000 millions of them out here.
You right, but that's not entertaining.
That's the PSA right there, sis. Thank you.
She's absolutely right, but that's not entertaining. Would you get your butt licked for a Hellcat?
No.
That's what we talking about.
That's what you should ask the fellas.
But taking the highway will get you further. I agree with her. I agree with her. Don't waste your time or your energy on somebody who's
take that highway, the new Hellcat, you're going to get a lot further.
That might be the Freaky Friday question tomorrow.
What's that?
Would you get your butt licked for a Hellcat?
No.
What's the moral of the story?
What is? How about do right?
Would you look at crack for a Hellcat?
The moral of the story is, this is the moral of the story,
lick
guys.
Ass crack for a Hellcat.
No. If you don't want to be with somebody, let them go.
That's right.
Period. Let them go.
Most people ain't turning down the boat.
And if it's a marriage,
and they definitely not turning down the Hellcat.
I will say I am for marriages and covenants. I love them kind of things. So I say try to work it out and try to see if you can make it work. But if you don't want to, if your boyfriend and girlfriend things, and you're not willing to work it out, don't waste somebody's time.
Stitches, I agree with you. Yes. And black men don't cheat.
And black women are faithful.
Yeah, that's true. But that's very true. But there is another option, right? The other option is sometimes these men aren't cheating, because they're dissatisfied with what's going on at home. They're cheating because they're getting offered boats and Hellcats.
And there goes the accountability. Do you have to take the boat? Do you have to take the Hellcat? Why can't you just take the vehicle that you have in your parking lot? Do you have to? That sounds like being greedy. That sounds like being greedy. Can you not just drive what you got in your driveway? Do you have to take the car that was offered to you? It may not be good for you. It might make you sick. It might make you sick and your partner sick. Do you have to really take everything that's offered to you? Can you not just say no? Thank you.
Yeah, the Hellcat is, man. I get it. You're right, though. You're right, though, Stitches. You are right.
Thank you. Can we try that together? No, thank you.
No, thank you.
See?
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Everything ain't good for you.
You did hear about that one gentleman we were talking about last week that ate the person's booty.
And what happened to him?
He got a little sick.
Okay. E. coli. No, thank you.
We got rumors on the way. What are we talking about?
That's my head out. What are we talking about, Evie? We are talking about Jay-Z doing something good in the community, how he's raising funds for libraries. A lot of good news today. And some more on the way, so stay tuned.
All right, well, let's get into it right now.
This is the Rumor Report.
For your girl Stichiz.
On The Breakfast Club.
Blessed, black, and highly favored. I guess you could say the best content. Can I do some for what we do back home? All right, so this is pretty interesting, guys. It looks like there's a major spike in New York City library visitors. And a lot of the credit can go to Jay-Z. So
Book of Hove.
Yes, exactly. The Brooklyn Public Library and Rock Nation released 13 limited edition of library cards inspired by Jay-Z and his album. So each card shows the artwork and his solo album. So get this, nearly 14,000 people have already registered for their free library cards.
That's
so
dope.
That's really dope. And shout out to Hove and the whole team who put that together. So, being really passionate about literacy, I'm hoping people take those cards and actually go read a book or something.
Library cards are free and libraries are amazing. But, we also, growing up, we had the incentive of the Book It program. My mom was an English teacher, so but we had the Book It program. And, you read 4 books.
And you get a pizza.
You get a free pizza.
Yes.
So I used to stay in the library just looking for things to read.
To get that pizza.
I wanted to get a pizza
Me
every
too.
week. That's how I started reading Mad Judy Blume and Beverly Clearly. And then that turned into me reading books about UFOs and all types of other stuff. So.
I love that. I think we got to bring... Do they still do that?
The Book It program?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
They have some type of incentive.
It feels like it exists, but I don't know if it. I don't know. That's a good question.
I think we got to sidebar and talk about that and bring that something.
I'm with you.
They'd have to do something. There's some
PlayStation.
People still hungry. Don't get it twisted.
You're right. A full meal. But shout out to them for doing that. Mm-hmm. And whoever has their library card, please go out and use it and read a book or something. And I love this story. Paramount Global drops plan to sell majority stake in BET. So if you know about this, I'll explain it to you. Don't worry about it. Paramount Global no longer will be putting up BET and BET Media Group, rather. According to the Wall Street Journal, the company announced Wednesday that it will end the bidding process for the unit, which includes VH1 and BET Studios, streamer BET Plus, and the BET channel. So people familiar with the matter told Wall Street Journal, as a sale wouldn't result in a meaningful oh Lord, I can't say that word, y'all.
What's the word? Let me see.
What's is
definitely don't ask Charlamagne.
Oh my gosh, I am educated. I promise you. I graduated. This one right here.
Deleveraging.
I went to school and I'm educated. I promise.
Deleveraging.
And I wrote a book. All right. Nevertheless, deleveraging of its balance sheet. So nonetheless, it will not be going up for sale. So I'm happy about that.
I wonder what changed their mind, because there was so many people that wanted it. Diddy allegedly put in the offer. We know Tyler Perry allegedly put in the offer.
They probably couldn't get what they wanted.
Maybe.
They probably asked for a certain number, and the people that were attempting to purchase it weren't getting close to that number. That's probably what it was. I was looking forward to BET being black owned again.
Exactly.
I was looking forward to Tyler Perry.
I thought that would have been great.
Buying BET.
So let's see what happens after that. But
I just want whoever's in charge at BET to promote the Breakfast Club. That's all. We need to promote us more on the network. That's all. Whoever's in charge of BET
think they're
should
hearing
promote. You think they're hearing this?
I think so.
Why do you think that?
I'm sure.
Oh,
you got a FaceTime from NLE Choppa. I'm sure they're
I just
hearing
want them
it.
to promote the Breakfast Club more on BET. That's what I would like.
I agree.
Yeah.
Why not?
But you don't have to be. It don't have to be ownership to do that. It can be management.
Because we're the only live show on BET, correct?
Yeah, I would like to see. I mean, I watched.
And it's a great show.
A lot
So
more.
why not?
Watched it before, but I do watch a lot more now. I've always enjoyed, Tyler Perry program and the Sisters, because I think Sisters is the most hilarious comedy on television, even though it's not a comedy. But
that's the one when the dude gets punched, he spins around 3 times and falls on the floor?
Yes.
I love it.
And I watched them this weekend because they had a black movie marathon on.
And BET heard they have,
Black
so
hip-hop
they
movie.
give opportunity for the women to make movies as well. So let's talk about Pusha T.
Oh, there's one more thing. The moral of the story is I watch it a lot, and I didn't see a lot of BET Breakfast Club promos. That's why I said that.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
Let's talk Pusha T when we come back.
Pusha T when we come back. And the word is deleveraging. I got it. Don't
Deleveraging.
comment, y'all.
Okay.
Don't come for me.
All right.
Deleveraging.
When we come back, we got the People's Choice Mix. We got more, so don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. And everybody, it's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got our guest host, Stichiz, still here.
Stichiz.
Now, Stichiz had a story we were about to get into, and we ran out of time that she wanted to jump into.
Yeah, so Pusha T on why other artists keep dissing him. So he discussed his various feuds throughout his career with GQ during a new interview. So Pusha T says that artists who have dissed him over the years have done so out of desperation. So you have to take a look at who's the talker. This is Pusha T saying. So he said while discussing the recent shots fired his way, when you look at who's the talker and you look at what they've done and who they are and what they offer to you, it's funny. This is what he said. And I think we have some audio for it.
Can you sing along the 5 Pusha T records right now? His records.
Yes.
Name
I love Pusha. Nostalgia.
Oh, you was a Pusha T fan. He's like, I didn't know he had fans like that. Can you name 5 Pusha T records? No, his records.
See, but
no, can you? No, can you rap to 5 Pusha?
I can't rap 5.
All right, I'm just gonna say that because I don't want to get it because then be like, yo, Jim way well and them. Shout out to Pusha T. I love your soul, my dog. You're not in my top 50. You might be in Charlamagne's top 50 and things like that. But
top 50.
You haven't done that much for me in my life. Like I didn't never want to be like Pusha. I never had a Pusha moment in my life.
So so Jim Jones, after the Dipset rapper, he criticized his impact on hip hop. A lot of people were talking about that, but again, Pusha T says that artists are dissing him because of their, I guess, desperation.
What I see happening is that we all know that there's rumors of this Clips album coming, right?
Right.
Everybody looking at Pusha. I don't think it's gonna be Pusha that returns fire at Jim. I think it's gonna be Malice.
I think it's gonna be both of them.
No, I think it's gonna be Malice. Because Malice, if you listen to the Jim Jones, diss to Pusha, he really went hard on Malice.
He did.
He did. And they respond, him and Pusha T and Malice, they premiered an unreleased collaboration in response to Jim Jones.
I think a majority of the bars, if any, are gonna come from Malice. That's what I think.
I think they're gonna come from both, especially knowing Pusha and knowing how Pusha thinks. He's well planned, thought out individual.
It's gonna
They're
tag
not
team.
gonna jump Jim Jones.
They're gonna jump everybody.
I believe
everybody that threw a shot at them, they're gonna.
I'm gonna
jump.
second that. I think it's
nobody's throwing shots at them.
But I don't think
recently throw a
anybody's
shot
safe.
at him on the thing with Travis Scott.
Pusha did that already.
He gonna do it
like Drake, like that. Pusha did that already.
He gonna throw shots.
Pusha won his rounds with Drake already.
Nobody's safe. I don't think anybody's gonna be safe. So, anticipating to hear that more music from.
But I can't wait to
both
hear
of them.
the Clips album.
Yeah.
If they are doing one, if one's coming out, I can't wait to hear it.
Why not?
There's one coming.
757. What up? All right.
And something else I want to mention this. Shout out to all the nonprofits out there. Today is National Nonprofit Day.
Okay.
I met when we were out about in New York, I met someone, they have a Step Ahead chess tournament this Sunday, and this is happening at Bryant Park. So as young as 5, our little kids, black and brown kids, and some, all types of kids are going to be there. But as young as 5 years old, they're going to be playing chess, and people flying in from all over the place. So shout out to all the nonprofits, Handy Inc. Back Home, scholarship money for students, Girls Made Beats, A Different Shade of Love, PK for PM, all the non-profits. I appreciate you. If I forgot you, I love you for free.
All right. Well, when we come back, we got the positive notes, so don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Mm-hmm. Now, we appreciate you for joining us, Stichiz. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Applaud. It was a pleasure being here with you guys, and thank you all for what you do. I know I mentioned it before, but both of you never really know what somebody's going through on a day, and the things that you may pour into somebody or just saying something positive could really shift somebody's day for the better. So it happened to me. Thank you guys.
Appreciate you, Stichiz.
Thank you.
Y'all make sure y'all check Stichiz out on 103.5 The Beat in Miami. Don't get it twisted. Stichiz is a radio personality, okay?
That's right.
She's cut from that radio cloth.
Appreciate that.
And you got a positive note, Shala?
I do. I want to tell people first, though, make sure you go out there and pre-order my guy Doug Melville's book, man. Doug Melville has a book coming out called Invisible Generals, and it's the amazing true story of America's first black generals, Benjamin O. Davis Sr. and Jr., a father and son who helped integrate the American military and create the famous Tuskegee Airmen. It'll be out November 7th, but you can pre-order now, and that is the next release off my book imprint, Black Privilege Publishing with Shyman and Schuster. So make sure you go get Doug Melville's book. Now, the positive note is simply this: removing yourself from things that repeatedly trigger your mental health and hurt your heart is top tier self-care. I repeat, removing yourself from things that repeatedly trigger your mental health and hurt your heart is top tier self-care. Have a blessed day.
Can we close out with this? Don't be mad at me. Can I mention this?
Let's
okay.
do it.
I got to mention this. Queens Kings. That's our movie premiere is coming out August 26th. Shout out to Universal. But we always close this. God bless, stay beautiful, and love you for what do you get? If you don't pay for it, then it's for free. Love you for free. We're not doing it together. Love you for free. Yes! I love y'all for free. Shout out to Thea too. Thank you so much.
Peace, Coach.